Eric here, working on the truck tonight in the garage. Finally got one side of the grill put in. It's been quite a while since I did this this grill swap, and I haven't had the plastic inserts in, but I finally got this side put in. Might be a little bit hard to see in this picture, but you kind of see how far I had to cut this thing out to get it to clear the intercooler. I had to do quite a bit of trimming on the back side. I still have to do the trimming to this one. It's laying up here on the hood, and I'll show you a picture of that once I get it trimmed down and ready to fit. Hopefully get that put in here tonight. I'm also working on, I had a tailgate on this truck, but it was actually my buddy's tailgate. So I had another tailgate out back. It's pretty rough, but I straightened it out as best I could. Had a pretty large dent here in the top, and used a stud puller and got the dent out of it. And I just cleaned it up with a wire wheel and throwing some paint on it. I'm going to paint it to match the truck and put that on. So hopefully get that on here later tonight too. We'll see. Got the grill trimmed and it's ready to go in. Just wanted to show you, give you an idea of the amount of cut that I had to do on the back side here. You see the notch I made in it. Show it from the bottom here, just to clear the intercooler. But you can hardly notice on the outside once the grill is in, because it's all just the 3D effect of the grill. Just those backside of the grill crossbars, but they're all still in there. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this fitted in there, and we'll finally have a complete grill. Got the new tailgate wrapped up, just about ready to put it on, but I wanted to show you one thing. I think I alluded to this in one of my earlier videos, but one thing I never liked about these 70s trucks was the fact that you can't easily remove the tailgate on them. And I know a lot of people think that, you know, the older trucks are, you know, built heavier and last longer, and, you know, everything's way better than newer trucks. One thing that is definitely not better than the new trucks is the tailgates. If you take a tailgate off of, say, a Super Duty or, you know, any new modern truck, they're heavy. They probably weigh 200 or 300 pounds. That's, you know, very rough estimate, but in comparison, this tailgate is very light. Now, this is a factory Ford gate, but they're relatively thin and light for, at least compared to the newer trucks. What that means is, if you try to run like a four-wheeler or a lawnmower up onto into the bed of your truck, you know, up on ramps or something like that, the tailgates tend to bend, and that's actually killed a lot of these old tailgates. Is they get bowed and bent just with time. So I wanted to fix that on this truck. I wanted to make it removable. There's not a whole lot you can do for making them stronger, but I wanted to make it so you can at least take it off like the newer trucks, if you want to put like ramps on it and run something up in the bed. So what I did was, the 80s trucks, they actually use the same size hinge pocket on them. So what I did was I got a plastic insert from an 80s truck. They have these little plastic inserts in there, and I cut a slot in the bottom of the tailgate. Now, this is a little bit rough. This tailgate's junk anyways, but this is kind of experiment to see how this will work. And then I got a hinge from an 80s model truck as well. So this allows you to, you know, tip the tailgate halfway just like you would on any newer truck and pull the tailgate off pretty easily. And even the straps, even though they're like metal hinges, they still come off in the same way whenever you tip it about halfway. So I just wanted to show that you know, if I ever want to run a lawnmower or a tractor up in here, or a four-wheeler or something like that, I can just easily pop the tailgate off, put my ramps up and then run it up on. So just wanted to show that. I'll go ahead and get her put back on here. I mentioned this tailgate's junk. Take a look here. There's actually pinholes all through it that are rusted through in several spots. But it's fairly solid. I welded up a couple spots, and it's not the straightest gate, but it works for, you know, cheap gate that it is. The other one that was on the truck was my buddy, so I had to get it back to him. So this will work, and I actually have another shell that's in a little better shape, but it has some dents in it. I want to take some time and really make it straight, so this one will work for now. Just sprayed a coat of paint on the outside of it here, and the inside I used Rust-Oleum bed liner. I'm not sure I like that Rust-Oleum stuff. I usually use Duplicolor spray-on bed liner, and I like it a lot better than this Rust-Oleum stuff. It doesn't seem to be as tough, and it doesn't spray on as nice, but it'll work. And tailgate works good and looks pretty decent. Even had some silver touch-up paint laying around, so I went ahead and painted the Ford letters. Not perfect, but they look good for what it is. So good enough for me. Want to do a walk around here now they got the grills in. Show you how she looks right now. I like it a lot. Getting there. Looking a little better every day.